Hola y bienvenidos a Coffee Break Spanish. Welcome back to Coffee Break Spanish. It's lesson 25 y vamos de compras. We're going shopping today. You're going to be learning useful vocabulary to deal with shopping situations. For example, asking for different sizes, asking if you can try things on, and of course paying for things as well. We hope you find this lesson useful. Okay, so imagine the situation. You're on holiday. One of the things that no doubt you will want to do at some point is go shopping. If you go into a shop, then the chances are someone may ask you, "Can I help you?" And this is something that we've already covered. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
Muy bien. ¿En qué? In what? And puedo means I can or can I. Then we have the infinitive ayudar. Ayudar means to help. And at the end you have le added on, meaning you in the polite version. Obviously, in the situation of being in a shop, someone will use the usted form with you. They're not going to call you tú. So, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle?
¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
Okay, now obviously that's not the kind of thing that you're going to be learning to say yourself, unless you're going to get a job in a shop while you're out in Spain or in a Spanish-speaking country. But the chances are you'll hear it. So when you hear it, you'll need to have your answer ready. You may want to ask if you can see a particular thing or if they have a size of a particular item of clothing. We'll get to that later. First, we're going to learn how to say, "I'm just looking." That will give you a chance to think up the other Spanish that you need. So, I am looking is estoy mirando.
Estoy mirando.
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 Yeah, mirando comes from the verb mirar, which means to look, and any word that ends in ando or yendo very often, in fact most of the time, is translated by the ing form in English. So, mirando, looking. The same would happen with ayudar. If it became ayudando, it would be helping. So, estoy mirando, I am looking.
Estoy mirando.
Okay, now, if you wanted to say I'm just looking, then we would add a word in before estoy mirando, and that word is solo. Solo estoy mirando.
Solo estoy mirando.
Solo estoy mirando.
Solo estoy mirando.
So, let's imagine the situation. I'm the shopkeeper, and you come into the shop, Cara, and I say to you, ¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
Solo estoy mirando.
Ah, muy bien. So, there you have a nice little conversation, exactly the kind of thing that happens in shops every day. Someone asks you, "Can I help you?" "I'm just looking." That's okay, muy bien. Let's try that again. This time, Cara, you're going to be the shopkeeper.
¿En qué puedo ayudarle?
Solo estoy mirando.
Muy bien.
Now, it may also be the situation that you aren't quite sure. You don't necessarily want to buy something. You want to do a little more looking, perhaps in another shop. So, if you are asked, "Lo quiere?" or "La quiere?" do you want it? You could say, "I'm not sure." Now, we're going to use the same word for I am looking, estoy mirando, for I am not sure. So we're going to say estoy.
Estoy.
And if you wanted to say I am sure, estoy seguro.
Estoy seguro.
And that would be for males. And for females, estoy segura.
Estoy segura.
What's your U sound? Segura.
Segura.
Muy bien. So to say I'm not sure, you would say
No estoy segura.
No estoy segura for females and no estoy seguro for males. So ¿Lo quiere?
No estoy segura.
Okay. You can then say, I'll come back later. Vuelvo más tarde.
Vuelvo más tarde.
Yeah, vuelvo literally means I come back, I return. Más tarde, more late. Más tarde.
Más tarde.
Vuelvo más tarde.
Vuelvo más tarde.
Exacto. So, let's imagine the situation. Cara, you're in my shop. You have come into the shop and I'll ask you, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle?
Solo estoy mirando.
Okay, so now Cara's picked up an object and I'm hoping that Cara's going to buy the object, so I say, ¿lo quiere?
No estoy segura. Vuelvo más tarde.
Perfecto. So, I'm not sure, I'll come back later. That's one way to get out of buying something in a particular shop. However, you may well want to buy it, in which case you would say, me lo llevo.
Me lo llevo.
Muy bien. Now that's one of those tricky sounds in Spanish. It's the double L sound. Llevo.
Llevo.
And it's got another tricky sound in the same word. It's got the V sound in the same word. So, llevo.
Llevo.
Muy bien, muy bien. Now, in some parts of Latin America in particular, you will hear that pronounced as a V, llevo. But in Spain, you would pronounce it more like a llevo.
Llevo.
Muy bien, llevo.
Llevo.
So, if you are taking it, you will want to ask, how much does it cost? And again, this is something that we've done before. Can you remember how you say, how much does it cost?
¿Cuánto cuesta?
Cuánto cuesta? Cuánto cuesta? And if you're talking about two items or more, then you would say, cuánto cuestan?
¿Cuánto cuestan?
Cuánto cuestan? The N at the end indicates that it's the plural form of the verb. Cuánto cuestan?
¿Cuánto cuestan?
So you'll be told the price. Now that obviously depends on which country you're in. It may be euros or pesos, just depends. And you may want to pay with your credit card. Think back to when we were in the restaurant and you asked, can I pay by credit card? Cara, can you remember how you say this?
¿Puedo pagar con tarjeta de crédito?
Muy bien. ¿Puedo pagar? Can I pay? And pagar is the infinitive. Pagar. ¿Puedo pagar con tarjeta de crédito?
¿Puedo pagar con tarjeta de crédito?
Perfecto. Now, in the situation of being in a shop, it's very likely that if you ask to pay with a credit card, you may be asked for some identification, in which case you may hear the phrase, ¿Puedo ver su DNI?
¿Puedo ver su DNI?
Now, DNI is your DNI. Documento Nacional de Identificación. Obviously, this is some kind of identification card. And in the case of being a tourist, it's very likely that you would give your pasaporte over. So, indeed, you may hear, ¿Puedo ver su pasaporte?
¿Puedo ver su pasaporte?
And to say, here it is, aquí tiene.
Aquí tiene.
Now, all this stuff is revision, review, things that we've already covered. We're going to go through a little conversation here. Let's imagine Cara has been in a tourist gift shop somewhere in Spain and she's decided to buy herself a hat, un sombrero. So you're going to start by saying, I'll take it.
Me lo llevo.
Muy bien.
¿Cuánto cuesta?
El sombrero cuesta 15 euros.
¿Puedo pagar con tarjeta de crédito?
Claro que sí. ¿Puedo ver su pasaporte, por favor?
Sí, aquí tiene.
Gracias. Okay, muy bien. Now, we're going to go on here and we are going to talk about a couple of other things that you may want to ask for when you are purchasing something. One of these would be a receipt, a ticket, un recibo.
Un recibo.
In Latin America, you may hear the word recibo.
Recibo.
Okay, and the other thing that we're going to ask for is una bolsa.
Una bolsa.
Una bolsa is a bag. You may want a gift bag or some kind of bag to take your purchase away in. Now, both of these words, un recibo and una bolsa, we're going to add to the phrase, can you give me? And this phrase is, ¿me puede dar?
¿Me puede dar?
So literally, to me, can you, to give. ¿Me puede dar?
¿Me puede dar?
So let's say, can you give me a receipt? ¿Me puede dar un recibo?
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 Muy bien. Or you may want to ask, can you give me a bag? ¿Me puede dar una bolsa?
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 Perfecto. So, we have now worked our way through the situation in a shop where you go into a shop, you decide that you're just looking, or you decide that you want to buy something. You can now ask, how much does it cost? You can ask if you can pay by credit card, and you'll understand if you're asked for some kind of identification. You can also now ask for a receipt and a bag. One final area that we're going to cover today while we're talking about shopping is shopping for clothes.
Yay!
So we're going to start by asking, can I try this on? ¿Puedo probarme esto, por favor?
¿Puedo probarme esto, por favor?
Okay, so probar is the verb to try, and when you use it in this context, it means to try on. So probarme, to try something on myself, and esto is this. ¿Puedo probarme esto, por favor?
¿Puedo probarme esto, por favor?
Exacto. Now, if probar is the verb to try, the probadores is the place where you try something on, the changing rooms or the dressing rooms. To ask where are the dressing rooms or the changing rooms, how would you say that?
¿Dónde están los probadores?
Los probadores, exacto. ¿Dónde están los probadores?
¿Dónde están los probadores?
And of course, we've done lots of directions, so you'll understand the directions you're given to the fitting rooms or changing rooms. Once you're trying something on, you may want to say that something fits you. Me queda bien.
Me queda bien.
Or indeed, you may want to ask the question, does this fit me or does it suit me? Me queda bien.
Me queda bien.
And of course, the shop assistant will tell you, sí, le queda bien.
Sí, le queda bien.
However, it may well be the case that you feel something doesn't fit you or doesn't suit you, in which case you would use the phrase, no me queda bien.
No me queda bien.
No me queda bien.
No me queda bien.
And you might want to give a reason why you don't think it fits you or it doesn't suit. Es demasiado grande.
Es demasiado grande.
Now, we know what es demasiado means, and grande you can probably guess. What would that mean, Cara?
Big?
Yeah, grande is big, so es demasiado grande?
It's too big.
It's too big, okay? And therefore, es demasiado pequeño.
It's too small.
Exactly. Pequeño means small. Pequeño.
Pequeño.
Es demasiado pequeño.
Es demasiado pequeño.
Muy bien. Now, obviously, there's lots of other things that you might want to say about the clothes that you're trying on and so on. For example, you might want to say, I like it or I don't like it. Me gusta, no me gusta. There's other language that we've already covered that you can use again in these situations. That's where we're going to leave it for today, however. Hopefully, this has given you enough vocabulary to start off your shopping in a Spanish-speaking country. And that's where we're going to leave it today for this edition of Coffee Break Spanish. Thanks for joining us, and we hope it's been useful. You can join the Coffee Break Spanish community on Facebook at facebook.com/coffeebreakspanish and follow @LearnSpanish on Twitter. Muchas gracias y hasta pronto.
Coffee Break Español!
This is a production of the Radiolingua Network. Find out more at radiolingua.com.